was living with her fiancé when she fell in love with another man on the internet. This woman caused a car accident that put her sister in the hospital, then told everyone it was her sister's fault. And she told her best friend to fly in from another state so they could go on vacation together, and then stood her up at the airport. Our guests have come here today not knowing if the person they're hoping to see will say, "I forgive you," or "Forget it." Welcome to Forgive or Forget. And now the host of Forgive or Forget, Mother Love.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Forgive or Forget. Let's meet our first guest.
My name is Tina Marshall. Even though I was engaged and lived with my fiancé, I fell in love with another man on the internet. I kicked my fiancé out and left him bankrupt. I hope he can forgive me for what I did.
Now, Tina, what were you doing looking for men on the internet if you were engaged?
Okay, well, me and Patrick were engaged for 4 years. I met him when I was 16, he was 21. We got engaged 3 months later. I asked him to propose to me. I wanted to get married, I thought, at the time. He proposed to me when I was 17. He had to borrow the money to get the engagement ring. We got engaged on February 15th. When I turned 19, I wanted to have a baby. He got me pregnant. We had a child. He went to work. He paid all the bills. He let me stay home and watch our son. He bought me anything I wanted. He would take me on shopping sprees. He was just did everything spontaneous. We went places. He took me out all the time. Make sure I wasn't bored. He would come home. He would cook. He would clean. He would watch the baby while I slept. I know. And then I was watching on TV one day. They had something about...
Excuse me, Dollface. Who did you think you was going to meet on the internet if you got all this gravy at home? Denzel?
I don't know.
Denzel got a wife. And if you thought you was going to meet my man, I don't think so. You got a good man.
Yeah, I did.
So what were you doing, baby?
I think I was bored, really, just being home all the time, and plus, you know, I think I got engaged when I was too young, really, to be engaged. I hadn't dated anyone else. And he went out, he bought me a computer because I said I wanted one. He went out that same night and bought the computer, came home. He let me use his credit card to connect to the internet. He paid for it. I stayed on there, I talked. Then I guess the first time I talked to this guy that I met on the internet, I talked to him on the telephone. He lived maybe an hour and a half away from me. It was long distance, and the phone was in Patrick's name. I talked to this guy from sun up to sundown, possibly every day. You know, I didn't have anything better to do with my time.
Wait, what happened to the little baby you got with Patrick?
I really wasn't a good mother then. I didn't pay attention to him. And he, I ran the phone bill up to about $5,000. And Patrick gave me a choice. He said, you know, you need to choose between your family and this guy, and I chose the guy. He moved out. I had problems that first year trying to keep up with all the bills myself, of course. But he helped me out still. Even though he wasn't living there, he still helped me out. He took care of our son. He provided for our son, provided for me still. When me and this guy did break up, I was upset, really upset about it. Patrick paid for me to go to counseling, to try to work everything out.
Wait just a minute, no, let's finish in about Patrick, because you know there going to be women watching this that want to know what Patrick's brothers are. Oh, they taking Patrick. I'm trying to help you out.
He paid for me to go to counseling to work everything out. He wanted to, start over our relationship. And basically, I played with him a lot. I was like, we can get back together. And then when we would get back together, I would start going and talk to this guy again or whatever. We'd get back together, back and forth, until finally he said, well, if you don't, you don't make up your mind, I'm going to move on and go be with somebody else. And that's what he did. he had another baby about 2 months ago with this other girl. He's happy. I'm happy for him, but I still think that I owe him an apology, and what better way to do it than right here in front of everybody. So.
Oh, yeah, What did Patrick ever say to you, darling? Tina, you know, you got me $5,000 in debt, and this is going to be...
If not more.
If not more. Did he ever say to you, you got to set up a payment plan, you got to pay me back, you got to do something?
No. Even after we broke up, even after that, he still, if I needed something, I could still call him and ask for it.
Okay. I just want to know, what were you thinking when you let that go?
I was young and dumb. That's all I can say. Young and dumb.
Stand up with me here. We'll just chat from here.
Yes, I have two questions. First of all, what could this guy offer you that you didn't already have? And second, how can you put any man before your son?
Yeah. Okay.
Just a moment. Go ahead.
He couldn't offer me anything, really. As a matter of fact, I never even met the guy. Still to this day, I still haven't met him.
Stand up, wait a minute. You stand up. No, stand up. Come on, I need to hold on to you. Okay. Yes.
My question is, how can you trust somebody on the internet? There's a lot of weirdos on the internet. Why couldn't you just go and get a job or do something else? Why did you have to look for a guy on the internet?
Wait. Even before you get to the looking for the guy on the internet, you understand what I'm saying? What were you thinking? What, I mean, I want to meet somebody, and then I want to have a baby. I don't have a husband, and then she never even met the guy. How could you? And we do so many. Wait a minute. No, let her answer. Wait. Can you answer the question, Tina?
Yeah, the only thing I can say, and I tell him this all the time, is that I was young. I really didn't know what I wanted, and I shouldn't have made that kind of commitment at that age, but I did, and I made a mistake.
Don't you think if you took care of your child and been a good mother that you wouldn't have to go on the internet, go take your child to the park outside or anything?
Right. That's true.
We helped Tina put together a videotape message for her former fiancé, Patrick. Let's take a look at that message now as we see Patrick watching it for the first time.
Patrick, basically I want to apologize to you for leaving you 3 years ago for a man that I met on the computer. I also want to apologize to you for telling this guy that I loved him in front of you in your house on your telephone. And I also want to apologize for running up that $5,000 phone bill, because I know you had to declare bankruptcy because of that, and that's my fault, and I'm sorry. I've been saying this for years, and I'm going to say it again today, and I'll say it as long as I have to say it until you forgive me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm asking for your forgiveness today. So if you can, I'm sorry. Will you please forgive me?
Well, Tina, it was up to Patrick to decide whether to be here today to accept your apology. And he filed bankruptcy. Well, if he's willing to accept your apology, he's standing on the other side of that door. What we're going to do is take a little break, because I know you're just, is he there? Well, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll find out if Patrick is here, ready to forgive you when we come back.
Tina has apologized for leaving Patrick with the bill for her long-distance affair. But will Patrick forgive her? Find out next. Forgive or Forget, brought to you by Mountain Grown Folgers Coffee, the best part of waking up.
We should greet each and every day like a gift that's come our way. Share the rich Folgers brew and make someone's day brighter too. That aroma mountain grown, pass it on, set the morning's tone. Feel the warmth and say, let's unwrap this day. The best part of waking up is Folgers in our cup.
Every man has a mountain to climb.
What a set here is you from anyway?
Krebs! What are you doing shooting?
Krebs, you're here to rebound. Just stay out of the way.
Krebs! Yo, coach, you gotta get this Krebs guy out of here. Krebs. K, I don't want to spell. I run here. Man, you look terrible.
You want to get somewhere, then work.
television's greatest legends is back.
Who are you expecting? Elvis?
The virtual Ed Sullivan Show, coming to UPN.
Welcome back. We're here with Kinemaster, who has just apologized to her former fiance, Patrick. Tina met a man on the internet while she was living with Patrick, then carried on a long-distance fling with him, running up a $5,000 phone bill in Patrick's name. And now, right now, we're about to find out if Patrick is behind the door, ready to forgive Tina. Girl, you know I got one nerve. My last nerve. And you own it. You know, it's women like you to give women like me a bad name. You gonna take yourself over there in front of that door. Take your place in front of that door. All right, Miss Tina. Let's open the door. Don't be sitting up there with your lips all poked out. Talk to Patrick.
Okay. You know, you were always good to me. You always took care of me and Nick. I'm really sorry about what I did. You know, I know I was wrong. I know I disrespected you. I didn't treat you like you were supposed to be treated. I'm glad you found somebody else. Somebody treats you like you wanted to be treated. You're always my best friend. You're still my best friend. If you ever needed anything, you know, if I could do it, I would. And, you know, I've apologized a lot for this. You know, I tried to make it up to you. You know, I've tried to change my life around. You know, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, the things you did to me, I will say that, you know, I shouldn't have had to have gone through any of that. And, you know, furthermore, you know, I hated you for a long time. You know, a long time. And, you know, it took me a while to forget about it. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, it's in the past. And, you know, we've gone on with our lives and everything. And, you know, I'm with somebody else, and so are you. And so I will forgive you. I will forgive you for everything. But
why am I raising my hand? Patrick, I have to commend you first for coming through that door to even accept her apology. And you said you hated her for a long time and that you have moved on. Mm-hmm. You do realize that the two of you can only move on so far. You're somebody's parents. Yeah. You share a child.
Yeah, and I understand that, you know, and you know, like I said, at first, you know, I mean, the hate.
What did you think at first? What did you think, baby? She got a $5,000 bill just running her mouth on the phone. You doing everything for her, and she just.
I mean, at first, I mean, I couldn't believe it. You know, I would come home, and there she was. I mean, she would be on the phone or either on the computer, and I mean, it was like she just didn't care, you know. And we had a son, and you know, and sometimes she, you know, would ignore him and just be on the computer or the phone. And so, you know, like I said, I hated her for a long time. You know, there comes a point in time where you can only take so much, and you just say, you know, enough is enough. And I did that, and I left. You know, but
can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Say, for instance, if it had been at that time when she was sorry, do you think you could have forgiven her then?
No.
You couldn't have?
No.
You've really grown a lot to be able to get to this place.
Right.
So are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy now, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I want to know.
You've been so pure the whole time. Okay, go ahead.
I want to know, what lesson did you learn from your experience with her?
I learned that, you know, you can care about somebody, but at the same time, you know, don't care too much, right? To where you close your eyes and you can't see anything, you know, even though you love them, keep your eyes open.
There's a lot of wisdom in what just came from you, young man. And I hope your eyes are a lot wide open. And that's as well for you, Tina, because there are a lot of good men out there. They're not to be taken advantage of. He loved you unconditionally. If nothing else, you would want the same thing. You treat people like you want to be treated. Because let me tell you this, if you don't listen to nothing else I tell you, what goes around will come around. We'll be back right after this.
Her best friend flew hundreds of miles to go on vacation with her, but she didn't even show up. They haven't spoken since. Did you make your child break up with the love of their life? If you want to apologize to your kid for forcing them to end a relationship, then you could be a guest on Forgive or Forget. Call us. It's free at 1-877-APOLOGY.
Is that them? Yep. That's them.
Titanic, guaranteed to be there at Blockbuster, and you get a free limited edition print.
Winner of 11 Academy Awards. Yours to treasure. Yours to own. Now, take the voyage home on video cassette. Titanic, guaranteed to be there at Blockbuster Video.
One official Major League Baseball, $9. New ball, $9. New ball, $9. New ball, new ball, new ball, $9. New windshield, $100. 62 presents. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Official card of Major League Baseball and believer that records were made to be broken.
Comedy that's not afraid to go there. Yes. Monday on UPN, it's comedy that's not afraid to go there. A new time, Malcolm and Eddie goes there, 8/7 Central. Yo! Malcolm and Eddie have each found their dream girl, but she's the same woman? Hey guys, don't go there.
It looks like the players just got played.
Then, a roommate crisis? Guys like us goes there.
Find yourself another roommate. I'm moving out.
All new UPN Monday. UPN got comedy that's not afraid to go there.
Welcome back. Let's meet our next guest.
My name is Tracy Perry. A year ago, I planned a vacation with my best friend. She flew in from halfway across the country just to make the trip with me, but I left her high and dry at the airport. We haven't spoken since. I hope she'll accept my apology today.
Tracy, why'd you stand your friend up at the airport?
Well, because my boyfriend at the time, which is my husband now, didn't want me to go. He was extremely jealous, and I guess he thought I was going to go to New Orleans and party and cheat on him. So I didn't want to lose him because of a trip to New Orleans, so I didn't go.
Okay, Tracy, they got this invention. It's a nice little contraption. It's called a telephone. Hey, girlfriend, I'm not coming.
I know. I didn't want to lose Candace. We've been best friends forever. We were best friends all through high school. We went to college together. We graduated together. We did everything together. You know, and she's so kind-hearted. I know if I would have called her and explained to her, you know, what happened or why I couldn't go, everything would have been fine. But what I did totally wrong was that I didn't give her no notice. She called me that day from the airport and said, you know, I'm here. Are you going to meet me there? And I told her then, that day, that I wasn't, that my baby was sick. I lied.
Wait. She's already in a plane.
She's at the airport ready to get on a plane. Right.
She's coming from Kansas. Now, where are you flying to?
She's going to fly, I forgot something. This was all my idea for her to fly to Montgomery Airport, which was 45 minutes from where I live.
Wait a minute, like as in Alabama?
Right.
So she flies from Kansas to Alabama.
Right. So I could pick her up and we could drive down there together.
To New Orleans?
Right.
That's where you're going?
Yeah. If I wouldn't have suggested that, she would have just flew on to New Orleans and it wouldn't have been that big of a problem. But I suggested she fly there and then we'll drive down together. So I
You stranded your friend in Montgomery, Alabama. There ain't nothing wrong with Alabama because I love my friends in Alabama. I got people there. But that's not where you want to be stranded.
No.
You don't want to be stranded at any airport. And if this is your brilliant idea, and yeah, you should be apologizing to her. Wait a minute, what kind of boyfriend did you have? I mean, do you make it a habit of making him think that you're going out cheating in another state?
No.
So,
I've never cheated on him. I don't.
So, I mean, and you couldn't say, well, you know, honey, I'm not going to cheat on him, just going out with my girlfriend, you know?
Well, I didn't want to lose him because of the trip to New Orleans. I didn't want to lose my best friend.
Well, it looked like kind of in the deal, you kind of, you know...
I did.
It's
been a year since I've talked to her.
Tracy.
Do you really expect her to forgive you after leaving her in Alabama? I know it's going to be hard for her to. I hope she does. We were so close for so long, though. We were so close, and then...
Okay, well, excuse me, just a moment before I take your question, young man. I just want to take a little mother-in-law poll. Now, this is your girlfriend. She stranded you at the airport. By a show of hands, who would forgive her? Is that a hand for a question, or you would forgive her? Oh, well, see, I was trying to help you. Tracy, okay, yes. Oh, women, nobody in this audience raised their hand. How do you feel about that?
Horrible.
Yes.
You never thought what you would be, have reaction? Being there alone and waiting for you forever?
Well, when she called, I told her I wasn't going, but I don't know. I still, to this day, I don't know what she did. I don't know if she rented a car.
So you don't even know if she made it to New Orleans? You don't even know if she had the party? You don't even know if girlfriend is dead, damned, and delivered? Not really, do you?
No, I know she's alive.
Well, how do you know? Wait. How do you know? You haven't talked to her in a year. How do you know?
Because one of my friends got married this past weekend, and I know Candace was going. I know she's alive.
Oh, so you only know Candace is alive by proxy, by word of mouth. Yes, ma'am.
You're a very inconsiderate person. You had no consideration for her feelings whatsoever. All you thought about was your own needs or your own selfishness. You know, and if she's not behind that door, I wouldn't blame at all.
Well, let me fix my fancy pearls. Here.
Fix yourself, honey.
Okay, let me okay.
You look good.
Thank you.
Did you bring some kind of peace offering, or you just come to ask her for forgiveness?
Well, we don't even know if girlfriend here.
That's not enough. Well, if she is here, I mean, do you have a refund of her plane ticket or something?
I'm just going to beg her. I'm just hoping that our past is enough to make her forgive me.
Okay, wait a minute, everybody. Ooh, y'all rough on the guest today. Now, just put your hands down, let me talk. We helped Tracy put together a videotape message for her friend Candace. That's some kind of friend. Let's take a look at that message now as we see Candace watching it for the first time.
Candace, I owe you a big apology for standing you up last year when we were supposed to go on vacation together. I promised you I'd go to New Orleans with you, but at the last minute I bailed. You called me from the airport, and I told you my daughter was sick, but she really wasn't. I lied. The real reason is my boyfriend didn't want me to go because he's extremely jealous. I should have stood up to him. I'm sorry I let you down. We've been best friends since 8th grade. Please don't let this ruin our friendship. Please forgive me.
Tracy, you know, and again, you were bless your little heart, please forgive me, but you know, Tracy, this is up to your friend Candace. If she is even willing to entertain your apology, she's going to be standing on the other side of that door. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little break so I can fan off, and we're going to be back. When we come back, we'll find out if Candace is behind that door ready to forgive you or not. We'll be right back.
Tracy regrets not showing up for her trip with Candace, but will Candace show up for Tracy today? Find out next.
Do you need to know why someone won't forgive you? If you tried saying you're sorry in the past and you need to know why your apology has never been accepted, then you could be a guest on Forgive or Forget. Call us. It's free at 1-877-APOLOGY.
What a luxury car sale should be is your best deals of the year on Lincoln's hottest new models. Now for thousands less than you'd expect, drive the redesigned Lincoln Town Car that's setting sales records. Or get your best deal on the restyled Lincoln Continental with over 400 enhancements. What a luxury car sale should be is a lavishly equipped full-size V8-powered Lincoln without a full-size price. Hurry in for the best selection and best deals on Lincoln. What a luxury car should be.
Call me impulsive, but there are some things I just can't resist. Like bubble wrap or chocolate chip cookies or racing to pick up the phone, especially that. So when I heard about this new deal on caller ID from Ameritech, well, imagine my reaction. Free display unit, free shipping, free activation. How could I resist?
To take advantage of this irresistible offer on caller ID service, call the Value Hotline now at 1-800-404-1111.
Hey, bubble wrap.
He was engaged to the older sister.
She held the key to my heart.
But was caught in bed with the younger one.
The yelling began, and that's when I got out of there.
Will his angry ex be here to accept his apology?
It's a bonehead thing you did.
Find out on the next Forgive or Forget.
The list of automotive awards received by Nissan this year is now even longer. J.D. Power & Associates ranked the Nissan Frontier best compact pickup in initial quality. The Nissan Maxima boasts one of the 10 best engines of 1998. And once again, IntelliChoice labeled the Nissan Altima best overall value in its class. Now you can get an amazing $2,000 cash back on any 98 Nissan during our award-winning clearance event. The 99s are coming, so hurry. Award-winning vehicles like these won't sit around for long.
Will she be forgiven? Find out when we come back.
They're network television's most explosive new partnership. Stay behind me.
No, you stay behind me.
And on an all-new Sentinel, primetime's sexiest undercover teams up to their eyeballs in car thieves, killers,
Everybody get down!
and crocodiles.
Be careful! That thing's got to be at least 9 feet long.
Its teeth are 9 feet long.
What is going on here?
The Sentinel, all new UPN Wednesday.
Welcome back. We've been talking with Tracy Perry, who's here today to apologize to her friend Candace for backing out at the last minute on the trip the two of them had planned. Tracy was all her idea. Tracy says she's sorry she asked Candace to fly from Kansas to meet up with her in Alabama and then didn't show up at the airport. Right now, we're all about to find out if Candace is on the other side of that door, ready to forgive Tracy for what she did. Ooh, Tracy. You're not even big enough to be carrying around guilt like that. Girl. Don't take your place over in front of the door and see if your friend is here. Oh. All right, Tracy, let's open the door. Just be quiet. That's why she's not your girlfriend. Now, Tracy, you tell Candace what you want to say.
Okay.
And just better be good.
I know. I want to say I am so sorry for what I did. I know it was my idea for you to fly to Montgomery. But I know if I would have told you, it would have been okay, but I waited till the last minute, and I'm sorry. I know you are. I'm sorry I lied. I just want us to be friends again.
Well, you know I love you, and I'll forgive you for anything. But I want you to know that I'll stand by you any decision you ever make, and I don't want you to feel afraid to tell me anything. You know, if you can't come, and for whatever reasons. I know you may not think I think of the best reasons, but you know, I'll stand by you and support you. So, remember that?
You're a good girlfriend. At the time it happened, weren't you angry? Weren't you hurt?
I was hurt and I was angry. And luckily my cousin went with me, and so I wasn't all by myself. If I was all by myself, I would have been real upset, a lot more upset. But it worked out okay. We rented a car and drove and had a good time and came back, so...
Well, but you didn't even think about the fact, she said that you haven't talked in a year. You know, what about the fact that she didn't call? Did you try to call her and say, well, Tracy, girlfriend, what happened?
I waited. I did try to call maybe 6 months ago, and you know, I didn't have the right phone numbers anymore, and so I couldn't talk to you, and I didn't try hard enough, you know. I should have called you. Right. Well, I should have called.
So what about the boyfriend that was the husband? Were you at the wedding?
She didn't know I got married. I had a new baby. She don't know that.
And can I tell you this, Candace? We did a little mother love poll of the audience, and do you know not one of these jaded people, yes, I'm blaming it all on, now, I said, how many of you would forgive Tracy? Do you know not one of them raised their hand? See, that's why she is not your girlfriend. You all are just, I don't know what you do with these audiences.
We've been through a lot together, and you know, at one point in my life, I had a boyfriend who was jealous and acted in the same way, and Tracy stood by me through that. So,
and I think that's wonderful. Yeah. But I mean, she's got a husband, she got a new baby. You missed out on a lot of stuff.
I know. And that, you know, that hurts that I missed out on that stuff. But
it was good to know that you forgave her, but what I don't understand is why would you lie on your child, and why would you say, you know, that your child is sick? Now, God forbid something happened and you regret, even though that's your friend. You are a good friend. You are a good friend. My girlfriend, right there. That's her heart. That's my best friend, and I would do anything for her.
But if she left Alabama in the airport, you kicking her to the curb.
If we going to New Orleans, I'm off without you. I'm off without you. Then that's just how it is. I'm not going to let no man come in between me and my friend. You know, especially if he's my boyfriend and not my husband.
Wait a minute, but that's her husband now. Who married her?
Her husband married her husband now, but it wasn't her husband then. See, men, they gonna come and go. Best friends are forever, true friends, and that's a true friend you got right there.
That's a true friend. Tracy, you feel better now that you got that on?
Yeah.
And you must feel much better that she came through that door.
Yeah.
That's a girlfriend. Don't take advantage of friendships anymore. They are so valuable. Friends, you know what friends are? They're the family that you choose.
All right.
I'm glad you shared your story with us. Don't do that again. And you know you're not a good liar. Thank you for sharing your story. We'll be right back.
Coming up, what she did 2 years ago put her sister in the hospital, and she's been hiding the truth ever since.
Work piling up? Let's go! That's the perfect time to declare a national holiday. Let's go! National Car Rental's declaring every day a national holiday. Let's go! With great holiday rates, you can escape to the outdoors. Let's go! Or the golf greens. Or just about anywhere else by renting a midsize from National in Florida or California for only $159 per week. At this rate, you can't afford to stay home. So call National Car Rental now. Let's go! And declare your own national holiday.
Trains now go 300 miles an hour. Mail 3,000 miles a second. Athletes continually break records. Somehow come pain relief isn't faster. Introducing Advil Liquid Gels, the first and only pain reliever in a faster-acting liquid-filled capsule that's gentle on your stomach. On tough pain, Advil Liquid Gels are stronger and faster than extra-strength Tylenol. Headaches to muscle aches. New Advil Liquid Gels. Advanced medicine for pain. Just got faster.
He was an ace player who gave up college to go to law school, but just when his life was coming together, his best friend got in trouble with the mob.
25 grand, or I start breaking things. You're fixing to go down hard.
Now,
So we do what we used to do, man. You find the games, you scout them, I sit and I mop them up.
he's got to risk everything to save him.
You sure about this? You see any other way?
Matt Damon, Edward Norton.
Deal.
Rounders, rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
Next Tuesday on UPN, there's a new man in Mo's life. Don't do it.
Why? Because he's a little older than me?
He's not like all the other boys.
It's hard to ignore what I feel.
He's her teacher.
I like you as a student, but that's it.
Will Mo take no for an answer? It's the kiss you can't miss. On an all-new Moesha. Then, who's terrorizing Cher and the gang?
Stand back.
The truth could scare you to death. An all-new Clueless. Next Tuesday on the new UPN Prime.
Welcome back. Let's meet our next guest.
My name is Paris Dillon. 2 years ago, I caused a car accident that put my sister in the hospital. I lied about the accident and convinced everyone it was my sister's fault. Today, I'm ready to finally tell the truth.
Paris, what happened?
My father was in the military, and we were traveling from El Paso to Chicago. We were on a deadline. We had to get there. And my father had been giving me a lot of little medicine to keep me awake. We were driving. We had just made a stop at a restaurant. We had something to eat. We were getting back on the road, and maybe 20 minutes later, I must have fell asleep. All I know is we were tumbling down the hill. I got out the car. We landed upside down. My sister was hanging out the car.
Wait, just a minute. So you're driving?
Right, I'm driving.
Okay.
It was me, my sister, and my daughter. I got out the car. I see my daughter laying down. I see my sister laying down. Her leg was sticking out of the car. It was broke out of the front and the back. Mom saw all this through the rearview mirror. My dad was too far ahead of us. She came back and she asked me what happened. And I just told her I lost control of the car. And I got the ambulance with my sister. We went back to the hospital. This was around Christmas. This was the day before Christmas. She was in the hospital, and my father then came and asked me what happened. And there I told him that my daughter was crying, and I was trying to wake my sister up for her to give my daughter a drink, and she wouldn't. And I told him I reached back to give my daughter a cup, and I lost control of the car.
Well, how were you able to blame the accident on your sister and convince everybody that it was her fault?
Because I told them she didn't wake up. I tried, and I never tried to wake her up. I just fell asleep.
So your sister really doesn't remember what happened?
Yeah,
And you took advantage of that. And when your daddy came in, this fib just fell out of your mouth because of all the other stuff that you had done in the past. And you said your father was in the military.
Really strict. Yeah.
So now tell me about how you said your sister's leg was broken front and back. Tell us about that.
Her shin broke. It came out the front, part of the bone out the front and part of it out the back.
The bone was sticking out of her leg?
And what makes it so bad is my sister always wanted to join the Air Force. She prepped for that in high school and everything. And from this accident, she ended up getting a metal rod put in her leg. She really couldn't do any exercise. Of course, if you're in the military, you have to do exercise. And I kind of ruined that for her. And it was on Christmas, we had to leave her in the hospital.
Everybody leaves her Christmas Eve? You didn't even think to stay with your sister on Christmas Eve?
I wanted to, but I couldn't.
Why?
Because no one wanted to keep my daughter. I did. I wanted to stay with her.
And you could have, it seemed like to me you could have stayed with your daughter. Well, we met up with Paris and helped her make a videotape message for her sister Marion. Now, we've got Marion with us live backstage today, but she hasn't been able to hear any of the show so far. Let's get her set up now to join us right now. Marion?
Yes?
Welcome. Marion, your sister Paris brought you here today because she has something she wants to tell you. And what we're going to do is show you her videotaped message. Then we're going to ask you to make a decision about whether you want to come through the door and join Paris, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's all take a look at Paris's message together.
Marion, I owe you an apology. For the last 2 years, I allowed you to believe that the accident we got into was all your fault. It wasn't. I fell asleep at the wheel. All I remember is waking up and flipping over. When we landed, I saw you laying in the snow. Your leg was broke and the bone was sticking out.
I thought you were dead. I don't know why I lied. No one was to blame but me. As a result of the accident, I ruined your dream of going to the Air Force. I hope you can forgive me, and I love you.
Oh, Marion, don't say anything yet. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to decide what you want to do while we take a short break. When we come back, we'll find out if Marion's going to come through the door and accept Paris's apology.
Paris has finally told Marianne the truth about the accident, but is it too late?
Give us a call here for free tickets to Forgive and Forget, because if you're not part of our studio audience, then you'll be sorry too. If you're in New York or you'll be visiting the area, then call for free tickets. And you know you like free stuff, and you don't want to miss this. We have a ball!
Fortunately, when you buy a Honda certified used car, you know what you're getting. Because to be certified, first it must pass a 150-point inspection. Then it's backed by one of the strongest warranties in the industry.
My favorite film? Well, as a student filmmaker, I naturally gravitate towards the classics. Like what? Well, there's so many. You know, the one with the guy and the mother, and they're on the thing, and it's raining a lot.
Need to get reacquainted with the classics? Try this. If it's not a new release, it's a blockbuster favorite. Choose from thousands of titles and keep them for 5 evenings.
I love films with a lot of rain in them. Yeah.
Hear that? See this? Your car's telling you it needs brake service. That means you need Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot. I guarantee it. She looks human.
I get off duty at 1900 hours.
She sounds human.
How do you like the view?
Lovely. She even feels human. But she isn't human.
Species 8472.
It's much more than a fatal attraction. It could be the end of mankind.
The species intends to purge our galaxy of all life.
An all-new Voyager. Next Wednesday on the new UPN Prime.
Welcome back. We've been talking with Paris Dillon. 2 years ago, Paris caused an accident that seriously injured her sister Marion. And then, I don't know how she did this, but she convinced everyone, including Marion, that the accident had been Marion's fault. Paris says she feels terrible about letting her sister take the blame for this for these past 2 years, and she's here today to finally tell the truth about what happened. Now, before the break, Marion saw Paris's videotape message, and now we're all waiting to find out if she has decided to come through the door and forgive Paris. Why don't you go take your place in front of the door? All right, Paris, let's open the door. You don't look at me. That's right. Look at her. Tell her.
I just want to say I'm sorry for lying about that. You know how bad he was, and I had to take some blame off of me for that. And I'm sorry. Because, you know, I would have rather that than me in that position that you were in. More than you know that I love you. And I'm sorry for lying to you. And everybody, I hope you can forgive me.
Marion, you have something you want to say to her?
Basically, I just don't understand how. I mean, I was under the impression that
The way we flipped over is that...
No, talk to her.
You were trying to hand patients the bottle, but you never told me that you had fell asleep. That's the only thing I'm kind of upset about, is that you didn't tell me that you fell asleep, and that everybody thinks that it's because you were trying to hand the bottle to patients. And then me to have to be in all this pain, and not be able to go home for Christmas and stay in the hospital. That's the only thing I'm upset about. I mean, if you would have said that, oh, I fell asleep, instead of just lying about it, then everybody would have understood that, because you weren't used to really traveling and driving that far, because Mom and Dad used to do most of that. So...
Yes, stand up with me.
She's blaming, the reason she's saying it's because our father is so strict. I think he would have got over that. You have a baby, you have little tattoos. He got over all that. I think he would have got over it.
Oh, I think so too. I think it's being a strict military man. You know, it was a bad judgment call. So you said that, you know, it's been very painful for you. She said your leg was bone coming out 2 places, and you had to have a metal rod put in your leg. You still got a metal rod in your leg?
No, I had it took out last year.
So this has been going on the whole time. You've been suffering from this. So what hurts the most, Mariam? The fact that she lied about the fact that you were trying to help her, and that she kept this going, or that she just didn't come clean? What hurt you the most?
That she just didn't come clean, because I think everybody would have understood.
Yes.
First of all, I'd like to thank the sister for coming out, and I can understand the kind of pain you've gone through, because I have a father who had an accident back in '89, and he can't walk anymore. But I think even though you were afraid that your father would restrict or not be able to accept the fact that you caused the accident, I mean, for the pain your sister had bad, I don't think, my question to you would be, how would he be able to sleep at night knowing that you caused her so much pain?
I mean, it's hard for me. I mean, that's why I'm here. You know, I wanted to get the truth out and let everybody know what happened. It's been hard for me for the whole time, and especially when she's just graduated and she wants to go on, and she was going to go to the Air Force. So when I hear her talking about getting into different colleges, I mean, it's hard for me, and I feel bad.
Well, I just want, you know, Christmas is always a wonderful time for everybody. What was it like that Christmas Eve, that Christmas Day, in the hospital, by yourself? How old are you?
17.
So you were a young woman. This had to be very difficult to be left. How was that for you?
Well, I was sleeping half of the time because of the medication, but, I mean, when I woke up and I knew I wasn't home, it hurt, you know, because I really didn't have much to do except for eat and go to sleep and watch TV.
So how are you doing now?
I'm fine now.
Did you have any idea that this is what she's been harboring, that she wanted to apologize to you for this?
No, because I thought I knew everything.
But you got to feel better to know it wasn't your fault, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew it wasn't my fault, just that her saying if I had woke up. I didn't remember her trying to wake me up or anything, so.
Because she didn't try. But Paris, you've got to feel better now that you're not carrying this around with you.
I do. I feel a lot better.
Are you going to tell your mother and father? Girl, if you don't tell your mother and daddy before this show airs, I'm old, girl. Now come on, Paris. You see what keeping this inside has done to you for 2 years. Tell your parents. Promise me. If she don't, you promise me you're going to tell your mother and father. So she's like, I ain't finna get in there. And I'm sorry to even put you in there because that's your responsibility, Paris. I'm glad that you finally got this off of your heart because it had to be weighing on you something terrible. This is your sister, and we have to look out for family. And you owe your parents the truth, just like you owed your sister the truth. I'm glad that you came to get it off your chest. I'm glad you feel better. And I'm glad that you're doing much better, Maria. I thank you for sharing your story. We'll be right back after this.
One of television's greatest legends is back.
Who are you expecting? Elvis?
The virtual Ed Sullivan Show, coming to UPN.
Every man has a mountain to climb.
What is Siberia from anyway? Krebs! What are you doing shooting?
Krebs, you're here to rebound. Just stay out of the way.
Krebs! Yo, coach, you gotta get this Krebs guy. Krebs came out of the I know how to spell! I'm from here! And you're terrible!
You want to get somewhere and work.
What mountain did you climb today? What beer was there at the top?
Buy you beer. Okay. I have Coors Light. That's C-O-O-R-S.
Coors Light, Frost Brew, Rocky Mountain Cold.
I never walk into a place I don't know how to walk out of. That's the first thing they teach you.
In a world of covert operatives, he was given an assignment.
This is what we're after.
I want 100,000 up front. I want another 100,000 when you get the case.
But there was more to the mission
Get out of here. Walk away.
than he ever imagined.
The girl sold us out.
Robert De Niro, Ronin, rated R, starts September 25th.
Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. And if you do, could you bring me back a sandwich?
Next Wednesday on UPN. It's World War III. And the end of the world as we know it.
That's the earthquake.
Now, time traveler Frank Barker is our only hope.
We're about to go to war with Red China.
Engage!
But a rip in time will double the Frank Barkers.
Who the hell are you? You must have come out of me somehow.
And in this case, it is not better than one. It's part one of a 2-hour, 7-day event. Next Wednesday on the new UPN Prime.
Thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for joining us today. If there's someone in your life that you need to make things right with, go ahead and take that first step. We can help you. Call us here at Forgive or Forget. I'm Mother Love. Remember, never underestimate the power of forgiveness.
They're network television's most explosive new partnership.
Stay behind me.
No, you stay behind me.
And on an all-new Sentinel, primetime's sexiest undercover teams up to their eyeballs in car thieves, killers,
Everybody get down!
and crocodiles.
Be careful. That thing's got to be at least 9 feet long.
Its teeth are 9 feet long.
What is going on here?
The Sentinel, all new UPN Wednesday.
We should greet each and every day like a gift that's come our way. Share the rich Folgers brew and make someone's day brighter too. That aroma mountain grown, pass it on, set the morning's tone.
Monday on UPN, it's comedy that's not afraid to go there. A new time, Malcolm and Eddie goes there, 8/7 Central. Malcolm and Eddie have each found their dream girl, but she's the same woman? Hey guys, don't go there.
It looks like the players just got played.
Then, a roommate crisis? Guys like us goes there.
Find yourself another roommate. I'm moving out.
All new UPN Monday.
UPN.com, that's not afraid to go.